In these times of austerity, every one of us has to look deep inside ourselves to find the best way of supporting our families and managing our budgets. And so it was that in 2010, I found myself freelancing outside of the palace to help pay towards the upkeep of my own family. After all, who else is going to bail Fergie out of that terrible News of the World scandal? Andrew? Ha! When a group of young people called Connect PR first approached me with freelance work, I did wonder if Wolverhampton was a little beneath me. But one trip to the Manda shopping centre and I was sold. 6 pairs of American tan for £1? What a bargain. One of my first jobs this summer was to attend a garden party, other than my own little affair at the palace, for Wrexham and Shropshire Railways. Hello, Joe. Just a note, darling. One doesn't like the rain, so if you want me again next year, can you sort this out? Such was my success. I then found myself at Weston Park in Staffordshire, filming for that well-known lubricant, WD-40. Hello, Neil. Now, everyone, here's my first tip of the day, other than Queenie in the 340 at Newmarket. Did you know that WD-40 also cleans? What a revelation. Now, with a wedding just around the corner and Kate's parents decidedly absent at the budget meetings, I find myself looking towards Connect PR's other clients and wondering if I could help in some little way next year. First up, I'll be needing some new wheels in 2011, now that Charles and Camilla have had that unfortunate meeting with some students in London. Are you listening, Anna, at Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles? Perhaps a little contra deal for one of your lovely crafters? Much more sensible than a Rolls. I will ensure, of course, that just like the Bentley, they are converted to run on auto-gas gem. Talking of contra deals, I'm also in the market for some new flooring for Balmoral, thanks to those incontinent corgis. Sean and Dean and Antico, how does by royal appointment sound? We could arrange the same for Upanor, if Richard and Chris can arrange for some underfloor heating pipes to be laid FOC. It's always difficult to fit every freelance job in when one is head of state, and I was particularly disappointed in February not to officially open Higgs Sons' new office at Brierley Hills waterfront. Ian and Paul, I was wondering, if you could sort out a prenup for William, could I repay you in some way in 2011? In March, Teresa and Tom kindly invited me to the final of the Johnson's Paint Trophy. What a wonderful occasion and enthralling game, with incredible noise from the 44,000 fans of Southampton and Carlisle. One does hope to have a similar number of people watching Will's and Kate's do in April, although perhaps with a little less noise. Afterwards, I'm sure we'll paint the town red. If you require one to present the trophy next year, just tweet one. The High Q Local Heroes campaign ran for the whole of 2010, rewarding local community heroes across the UK. I see in 2011, my friends tell me that we're going to be getting serious on tyre labelling. Geraldine, darling, would you like me to pull a few strings and get you into the House of Commons? One had a lovely day at the beach in August, thanks to Chiltern Railways. My public obviously adores me, as thousands of people turned up at Marylebone Station to see me topping up my tan. One's favourite moment was completing a sandcastle replica of Windsor Castle, without the flames, of course. One campaign I thoroughly enjoyed was the unbelievable value stunting crew for Volkswagen passenger cars. Claire, Rohina and Leslie, just to let you know, there's no need for actors in the future. I'm very used to cunning stunts, and I'm available all next year except for April, which is looking a little busy. The Saving Britain Fuel Mile After Mile campaign for Goodyear was admirable in these times of austerity. Who would have thought that so many dogs drove cars in Gateshead? Eddie, I've heard on the QT that there's something big arriving in 2011 in our skies. Would you like me to launch it? My return on investment is unbeatable. One would also like to thank Paul, Stuart and Rachel from Mitsubishi Pencil Company for the pen samples. The Jetstream certainly helps me keep a tight rein on the royal expenses. One wouldn't be able to claim for the hire of a Nazi costume for Harry or the stuffing of that Emperor's stag Philip shot without having clear and legible handwriting. Now, as I make the final preparations for Christmas, one is keeping a close eye on the weather reports. If the forecast snow makes an appearance, one will be calling on Steve to make the Yale Forklift available so that he can pave the way to Balmoral. It goes without saying that it will be fueled by Cala LPG, of course, Paul. Finally, a little message from my darts friends, James and his manager Jason. What on earth were you playing at in Wolverhampton? 8-0 up and you still lost? All I can say is you'd better make it up to me when I come to the Alley Pally at Christmas. Merry Christmas to all my new friends at Connect PR and their clients. Remember, I'm available all year at good rates.